Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Cole III, and welcome to Common Sense with Dr. Cole, because common sense ain't so common. Today we're talking about a crisis too many people have been ignoring. Black male enrollment at HBCUs is at its lowest point in over 50 years. So let me ask you, if the house we built no longer has room for our sons, are we still calling it home out of tradition or out of truth? Let's not sugarcoat this. HBCUs are supposed to be spaces of pride, places where black excellence isn't just welcomed, but it's expected. But something shifted. Young black men aren't showing up, or when they do, they're not staying. Well, at least that's what I've been hearing. And to be honest, I think we've been asking the wrong questions. Over the past few weeks, I've seen people talking at black men, making statements about them, all without actually talking to them. Well, I do. I spend time with them. I talk to young black men for a living. I come from that demographic, and here's what I've heard. I didn't feel like I belonged. I couldn't fully be myself. I was tired of being misunderstood. They say campuses feel soft, performative, overly critical of black masculinity. It feels disconnected from real life, and so on and so on and so forth. So they leave or they don't enroll at all. And that's not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, but because they don't see themselves in it. And truthfully, I get it. Look, I got accepted into a few HBCUs, but the promises didn't match up to the practice. Keep in mind, I was living in Oakland, California. There are no HBCUs there. And after that, those packets came a few weeks later. The financial aid didn't add up. The help that was promised to navigate the system vanished. I was the first in my family to go to college, so my parents couldn't help me navigate. So I went to my local state school and found my black community there. It didn't have the prestige of Howard, but it was mine. I surveyed the landscape and I made the best decision I could with the information I had. But let's be clear, this issue isn't new, and anyone saying otherwise is out of touch or choosing to stay that way, especially those who don't engage with young black men but still feel entitled to speak up on our behalf. So let's talk qualifications. I was one of those black boys. I'm now a black man who still gets the same dismissive energy, just dressed up in degrees and meetings. I've helped hundreds of black men get in and through college. Make the distinction, it's important. I wrote my dissertation on black males in education. I've written 2 books on the subject, Beyond Grit and Resilience and Stop Hustling Backwards, which was essentially a free guide for first-gen black male college students because I didn't have a guide when I was trying to make this happen. And I didn't write those for attention. I wrote them because I lived this. I could see this drop coming. Surprised it didn't happen more drastically earlier, to be honest. And here's what people don't want to admit. Most black men don't speak up about how they've been treated because when they do, they're often dismissed. So what do? We don't complain. We don't expect it to be fair. We survey the land and you move accordingly. And that's exactly how we got here. Well, so what needs to change? Let's start with the real systemic shifts first, right? Gotta watch how in public education, mind how we speak to black boys before they become black men, showing them that college is a place for them earlier. Make sure the education that we offer is worth the cost. Have staff and faculty who understand, or at least, the very least, don't fear black male identity. And now inside the home and the family, parents, don't ignore this. That early home life, it matters. How we talk to those kids early on, it matters. Whether there's both parents in the home or just one. And if it's just one, that beef you got with that father or that beef you got with that mother, the way you talk about that in front of your kid shapes them. I promise you it does. We gotta provide real mental health that supports without lowering the bar. We gotta teach with substance and soul and rigor. Make sure that these kids can actually read. And then you have to show them how this education can actually help them in their real life. Now let's talk agency. Black young men, I'm talking directly to you. Don't expect it to be fair. And this fault isn't yours, but the duty of your success and happiness does belong to you. So seek out any help that you may need. Ask questions when you can't navigate. Go out and hunt for mentors that have been through this before that can help you. Listen, man, people go where they feel wanted, and too many black men don't feel wanted in these institutions. This is from experience. This is from data. We have more access, more tools, more knowledge, more money than our ancestors, many of them ever dreamed of. If they were here now, they wouldn't expect us to just do what they did. They'd expect us to far surpass. And frankly, I think some of them would be surprised that this is the type of conversation we're having in 2025. So here's your common sense moment. If you have more than our ancestors had, we should be doing more than they did to honor them. If the doors they kicked down now feel closed again, we don't wait, we don't beg, we build new, better ones. This has never just been about college. It's about agency, ownership, our self-pride, a system that does not love us, but we've known that forever. So why are we still surprised that is doing what it needs to do. This hits harder because we're talking about HBCUs. You got to know your value without shrinking to be tolerated. I hope we get through this, but I'm down for the conversation. So leave your thoughts in the comments, share this, and let's engage. You've been listening to Common Sense with Dr. Cole. Peace. Oh, and by the way, the views expressed here are mine and mine alone. I appreciate my partners, but these are my thoughts.